Right now, India is hunting high-tech military weapons, vehicles, types of equipment, and fighter jets. And now India is looking to buy the new advanced main battle tank for the Indian Army. Earlier, India had deployed a large number of T-90 Bhishma tanks along with T-72 tanks in various sectors of the Ladakh region. This was in a response to China's deploying its Type 15 light tanks that are suitable for high-altitude regions. There were reports of delivery of an advanced version of Type 15 tanks to PLA Xinjiang Military Command recently. Russia's T-14 Armata Tanks would be capable of operating in temperature as low as -50 degrees Celsius with installation of mobile power stations that ensure the immediate and smooth engine starts even in extreme cold weather. This new feature would be advantageous for India to deploy the tanks, which it decides to buy it, in extreme cold regions where the mercury plummets to -40 degrees Celsius in the winter. The Russian Ministry of Defense had earlier announced the production of the advanced T-14 Armata main battle tanks. It was followed by reports that Moscow has planned of working with the foreign customers in 2021 and that it had already received the request for the tanks. The potential clients include Egypt, Vietnam, Belarus, and India, according to reports. However, India has not officially made any announcement yet. The defense writer Peter Shuai believes India's interest in procuring the advanced T-14 Armata tank is not a big surprise. He says that India's traditional military partnership with Russia is one of the factors as to why the country continues to buy defense equipment from the nation, as India has more than 80% of its purchases with military equipment and everything is from Russia. While India has shown that it can sustain itself on its own and produce weapons with its nation's interest, it may not be averse to the ideas of buying in T-14 Armata tanks. It is worth mentioning that New Delhi is set to acquire Russian S-400 air defense system despite the risk of US sanctions, which may or may not happen. The T-14 Armata main battle tank is based on the Armata Universal Combat Platform, the first series produced next-generation tank. According to globalsecurity.org, the Armata Universal Combat Platform is a unified heavy platform created for a variety of armored vehicles, including the main battle tank, infantry fighting vehicles, armored personnel carriers, among others. First demonstrated during the Victory Parade in Moscow of 2015, the T-14 Armata has fully digitized equipment, an unmanned turret, and an isolated armored capsule for the crew. These advanced tanks are Russia's answer to US M1 Abrams, the third-generation battle tanks, which destroyed 37 of Soviet-designed T-72s during the 1991 Gulf War. According to the Army technology, the tanks are equipped with active protection systems that can intercept and destroy the incoming rockets or missiles. The active protection system is designed in a manner so that it can work against all types of anti-tank missiles and rockets, including the handheld weapons such as the rocket-propelled grenades. If India indeed goes ahead with the procurement of T-14 main battle tanks, they could serve as a powerful deterrent to China, which is unlikely to purchase the Russian-made tanks. Moreover, the timing could not be any better for India, as Russia is also eager to find a customer to subsidize the cost of the tanks. So what do you think of India's hunting for high-tech military main battle tanks for its Indian military? India and Greece are partnering against Turkey, China, and Pakistan to start them once and for all, while the US is expanding its hands in the South China Sea against China. While speaking to the Greek media, Indian Major General G.D. Bakshi, retired, said that the military exercises between the Greek and the Indian navies must begin immediately. He also said in the past few years, the Pakistanis, with the help of the Turks and Chinese, are regrouping and joining forces. The Ankara has already sent troops to Libya, to Ashak, and last but not least to Kashmir. Greece and India must cooperate and stop Ankara and Islamabad. Greece and India have a lot in common regarding their culture and history. They have both acquired close ties since ancient times. During the ancient period, Alexander the Great exported the Greek culture and civilization spanning as far as the modern-day India. Recently, the both countries are facing the same common enemies, the Turkey and Pakistan. India and the Greece had to work together in the field of intelligence as well as in the field of defense. India produces weapon systems that could help Greece. India and Greece also has to proceed with the joint training exercises. Exercises between the strong Greek and Indian navies must begin immediately to protect themselves. There is no doubt that Indian Navy is very strong. India had already conducted joint training exercises with US, Japan and Australian navies. Greece also has a strong navy. India must come to an Aegean immediately. The retired major also said India knows about Turkey's constant provocations in Cyprus. The Turkey has to pay a heavy price for destabilizing the countries all over the world. We must make effective moves against Turkey. The Turkey cannot challenge India and Greece if we join forces. We have to make this clear. India should not tolerate this aggressive behavior from Turkey anymore. At the same time, Erdogan has exploited the refugee and migrant crisis for his benefit. He keeps sending thousands of people to Greece and Europe. On the other side, on January 23rd of 2021, the US Indo-Pacific Command has announced that the Theodore Roosevelt Carrier Strike Group entered the South China Sea on January 23rd to conduct routine operations. The carrier group consists of USS Theodore Roosevelt, guided missile cruiser USS Bunker Hill, destroyer Squadron 23, and the Alec-Berg guided missile destroyers, the USS Russell and USS John Finn. This comes days after China has passed a law that gives power to its Coast Guard to fire on foreign vessels and demolish structures in the disputed waters. The South China Sea Morning Post reported about this. So what do you think of Indian Major saying India and Greece should join forces against Turkey, China and Pakistan, while US is expanding its footprints in South China Sea against China?